Hi everyone, welcome back to JP WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and having a good week and a good end to your week as well, for that matter. This is the preview of West Ham's 18th and penultimate home game of the 23-24 Premier League season, where we welcome all but former title contenders Liverpool to the London Stadium this Saturday for a 12:30 lunchtime kickoff live on TNT Sports. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of the website, and if there's any Liverpool supporters in there as well, there's retro gear in there along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out, as you can see from the icon that's up here. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they are currently supporting over 60 separate food banks as of the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your respective club shop, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. So thank you to everybody that's subscribed over the last few days. It's really meant a lot. My videos about why David Moyes should walk and why David Moyes should stay have been relatively contentious. I don't think people have paid attention to the first video properly, looking at the comments that were being put. But you guys have given us your opinions on it, and it's fantastic. I love to see your opinions. So as always, put your comments in the comments section below. Let me know what you're thinking on this fixture at any point in the video. So those people that are new to the channel, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, obviously, talk about West Ham and Liverpool and the overlaps, but we're going to go into a bit more detail about this as well. So if you haven't got time to watch the whole video, it's a shame because you're missing out on stuff. But if you haven't, then there's timestamps in the description below, so you can jump around to the sections that you want to listen to. So guys, as always, let's start off by talking about the officials. The referee for this game, unfortunately, is Anthony Taylor. His assistants are Gary Bestwick and Adam Nunn. The fourth official is Josh Smith. On VAR, we have Tim Robinson, and his assistant is Wade Smith. So yeah, I'm not really happy with having Anthony Taylor on as a ref at home on telly. I wouldn't be happy if he was on telly up at Anfield, to be honest with you. I don't like him. I don't think he's a very good referee, but I'm struggling to think of all the referees that are available, guys, who are actually decent ones. Now, our last 6 home games against Liverpool in the Premier League shows we've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 4, scoring 7 goals and conceding 14. David Moyes' home record in the Premier League against Liverpool, he's won 4, drawn 2 and lost 11 in all fixtures in the Premier League. Now, Liverpool are, up until yesterday, second after 34 games, winning 22, drawing 8 and losing 4 games, scoring 75 and conceding 34 on a plus 41 goal difference on 74 points. They had an absolutely brilliant chance to go level pegging with Arsenal last night, but Everton were absolutely outstanding. I couldn't believe how great that Sean Dyche team was playing. That is a prime example, as I said to a mate of mine who's a West Ham fan, but he's family connections to Everton as well, for that matter, Steve. They were giving a masterclass on how to defend and how to attack as well. I really hope the boys were watching the game last night, because they really need to take heed of what Everton were doing. Now, Liverpool's form on the road so far is they've won 9, drawn 5 and lost 3, scoring 32 goals and conceding 19. And their last 5 games as in the Premier League away from home, as you can appreciate, they've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1. Now, their highest goal scorer on the road is Nunez with 7 goals and 3 assists. Their highest assister is Mo Salah with 7 assists and 5 goals. The highest aerial duel winner on the road so far is Konate with an average of 4 duels won on average per game. Now, looking at Liverpool injuries, Matip is out long-term with a recovery from an ACL rupture by the looks of it. Alcantara is out until just after the season. Looks like the beginning of June with a thigh injury. Bradley is out with an ankle injury, and Jota is out with a hip injury as well, for that matter. Both of those look like they're going to be out until the end of the month, beginning of May. So, give or take, Jurgen Klopp, in his possibly, it will be now his penultimate away game, has got a pretty decent squad to choose from. I just really hope that now there's going to be a difference here. I really, really do. Let's turn to West Ham now. There's going to be a difference here. The players should be 100% raring to go for this game. Not only is it Liverpool at home, but they've had a full week to rest. There's absolutely no excuses whatsoever to have a replay of Crystal Palace away last weekend, or to have a replay of Arsenal at home a few weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? That's level of stuff. I mean, the Crystal Palace debacle was just embarrassing. Don't get me wrong. Palace have some fantastic players. You know, a player that we should have gone for, Eze, or Izzy, as the commentator was calling him. Elise as well, for that matter. Those guys are going to be very, very expensive coming into this summer window because they are unbelievable. Now, granted, I didn't mention this in the preview because I didn't know about it, to be honest with you. That's the first time in a handful of times so far this season those two have played together. Jesus Christ, they were a handful. Now we know Liverpool got a handful as well, for that matter. So most people will say this is a free hit, and if this was away at Anfield, I would agree, but not at home. We've got some dignities. There's a penultimate home game. Our last home game is Luton, just before Man City. Yeah, just after Chelsea as well, for that matter. So we need to show that we, regardless of what's going on with David Moyes and his contract situation and the club interviewing, or discussing, I should say, before interviewing the potential role with other potential suitors. We need to go. The players have got no excuse. Excuse me, absolutely no excuse whatsoever why they can't go out and give us an absolute thunder cunt of a game to start the weekend off. Now, looking at West Ham injuries, looks like George Earthy is potentially going to be back from this Chelsea game from his concussion that he picked up against Fulham, but he's still being assessed. I reckon he's just going to return to training within the next week or so, if he haven't already done so. Mavropanos is still out due to the knock he picked up in the Leverkusen quarter-final first leg, so we'll have to wait and see how he's going with that. Aguerd is still out with a rolled ankle, and Bowen is also 50% chance. All three players at the minute are 50% chance of returning, but Bowen is 50% chance is still ongoing with his bruised spine and hip, and all are being assessed. It's all well and good them training, but you don't want to push it. You certainly don't want to push Bowen in terms of returning to him into the side as quickly as possible, bearing in mind the amount of injections he had this time last week, basically. And also, for that matter, the fact that the Euros are coming up in a few weeks' time. Literally a couple of months, innit? So you really don't want to run that risk for his health as well, for that matter. So anyway, but can we make Liverpool look off the scent like they were against Everton last night? I really, really do hope so. Now, this is the penultimate part of the video where we're going to talk about the starting 11. All right, so I've made 1, 2, 3 changes to the side that I put out for the Palace preview. I've basically done a rotation that is never ever going to happen, but with the injuries to key players that we've still got, I do personally think this is the starting 11 that we should be putting out against Liverpool. I can't see David Moyes doing it, but this is what I want to see. And guys, put your comments in the comment section to see what you want to see for the starting 11 against Liverpool on Saturday. Areola in goal, with a back four of Soufal, Ogbonna, Casey and Emerson. Alvarez in the hole, with James Ward-Prowse in front of him, supporting Kudus, Orford and Sawyer in midfield, with Antonio up front. If you've made it this far, guys, I absolutely love you. Thank you very much for your support. If you're enjoying what I'm doing and you've made it this far and you're one of the new people that haven't watched the previews recently, then by all means, please do like, share and subscribe. Basically, guys, at the end of the day, these are the stats, right? We have had 67.4% of you guys over the last 4 weeks are not subscribed, and 32.6% of you that are watching these videos are subscribed. So guys, please, if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe. The numbers are ticking over nicely. You guys are enjoying the content. I might make some video tomorrow as well, for that matter. I've got a few ideas on things, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But we'll have to wait and see what's going on at West Ham. But in the meantime, guys, have a great end to your week. We will be doing the full-time thoughts video on Saturday afternoon / evening. depending on how the result goes and how many beers I've had. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you very, very soon. All the best now.